All right, everybody got food ready? We're gonna get going here because we're a little bit behind. Is everybody connected to their Canva?
Their free Canva?
Anybody who's not?
I don't think I am. So.
Cool. Go to that. Do you have your command credentials yet? You might not.
I think I do.
I just wrote it up on the board if you don't. So it's canva.kw.com. It's really easy. It just uses your command credentials and it just brings you over to the login. So it should be pretty simple.
I didn't know what's next. Oh, same thing, right?
Mm-hmm. This would be a good chance for you to also just log into your command.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strong enough?
Yeah.
Rick just said it here, you're asking what's command, you're probably in the wrong one.
Yeah, because I got my.
What are you doing?
Yeah, and if you're not in Canva, get it pulled up, and we're just going to go over some really basic things, and Karla will take you more into depth. Figure it out.
I got it all figured out. Cool.
No, this is just your basic Canva menu. Top, create a design, and then Canva's AI is new. I know Lisa was kind of mentioning like that. Canva is kind of adapting a lot, so you'll see that. And this might change a little bit, but right now this is what it looks like. Your home button, which brings you back to your main screen. Your projects. Like me and Karla, we have a folder that we share. And if you favorite that folder, it'll bring it up in your projects and it'll just kind of tab it there. It's like bookmarking it or pinning it. I'd suggest doing that, working out to try to stay as organized as possible, because this can get pretty out of hand if you start making a bunch of stuff, and then it's kind of a zoo. So I suggest making folders for like listings or buyers or whatever, so you can stay organized. Let's see, Canva's templates. That's not ours, right?
Those are just everybody's.
Those are just
demos.
Canva's templates. So you can search if you're looking for any kind of poster in there, or whatever, it'll pull it up. And then with KW, you do have your brand kit. You should probably pull it, actually, pull it up. So you already have a KW brand kit. You can add an additional one and save like your own fonts, colors, logos, so you don't have to dig those up every time. Karla's going to show you here.
You gotta adjust the resolution.
Okay. Those are the
Yeah.
KW ones.
Yep.
So yeah, if you go to your, go to your brand here, it'll pull up your core brand kit, and then you have KW Luxury and KW Commercial.
Pick up logos or something.
Yeah. So you have logos, colors, fonts, all your KW stuff. And if you want to make a new one, like for your own real estate brand, if you just create personal brand kit, you can do that and save all these fonts and all those colors and all that stuff. So you don't, like I said, you don't have to go out and do it every time. So it'll save you some time. Go back to the slide.
Just the switching the profile.
Oh yeah, and at the bottom there you have your profile. So if you have a personal Canva, it looks a little bit different than your KW one. Your email is always, it's like a long number, right? It's like a,
Mr. KW ID.
yeah, some numerical value, and then it's like at KW. So you'll know that you're in the right one.
Oh, yeah, there it
So
is.
yeah, that exactly right there.
Can we just use the core brand kit?
So you can, but it doesn't have our Market Center specific North logo. That's in there. There's a slide that's coming up to show you where to find
Yeah.
our logo, but that's just a generic logo. So for like your business card, your signs, you'll need the North logo, but which you could add to your personal brand
Oh,
kit
okay.
to have.
Yep.
luxury?
I think you. Oh, sure.
But in order to use luxury, you have to be a designated luxury agent.
Yeah, you have to be a part of that group.
Part of KW.
Yep.
Oh, I like it.
So I actually have two different rates, luxury that I use for those price points, and then I have ones that are those official red and white.
You want to
Luxury is black and white.
So Canva does have MLS integration.
Oh, okay.
You do have to go to apps, search Keller Williams, and it's going to bring you back to your command. And there you can select your listings, and it'll pull the pictures off the MLS that you can use. So you don't have to download those and upload those, so it talks directly. If you have issues doing that, just reach out to me and we can do that after the fact, okay? And then this is our specific folder that we're talking about. You will find our actual office logos. It's MC932, our market center number. So
It's under projects.
under projects. So if you go in there, you can grab our logos. You have to duplicate them, right? Yeah, you'll have to duplicate them because if you edit them, you're editing it for the whole office. So just be careful what you can do.
Yeah, the folder's shared with all of us, so if you delete it or add anything to it, you're doing that for everybody. So you can just make a copy of it. Yeah.
Is there, I have a question though right now.
Go ahead.
If I go under like folders of courses, so under that, like I see leadership, I see brand like KW Lens, but like to get to our market center, it doesn't just like show up right there because there's so many in it. So if I want to.
You search 932 in under projects.
Yeah, I'd search 932 and then I'd start it. And then if you start it, it's going to kick it to your. Just like a
So,
little-
and I don't see a search function, so we basically need to find 932 and then. So just search up here first, using 932. So, okay.
Oh, I did.
No.
Yeah. Is everyone signed in?
And then so if you're under projects, at the top, right there, under all projects, there's a search bar.
So on the
On the
left-hand
left-hand
side.
side,
You're
on your
in.
menu toolbar.
You just needed me here to show you. I needed you. I would just search 932 and then you'll scroll down a little bit. And then the logos will be right there. It's literally just the logos, but.
It's kind of
So you can go to project and then type in 932. And then you're down.
I just saw it. Yeah.
It stays in Canvas. Then you can apply it.
Scroll down, that's our
All
right there.
those. Anytime you look at projects.
That's our specific.
That's our specific logo. Yep.
Are there
The
any
note.
other
Oh, I
folders
see.
that
Yep.
are right there?
There is.
Anybody else need help finding the logos? Everybody else got it?
I don't know if there's not. These are like all of KW, so it's like a bunch of different market centers. I think nothing that we operate out of. I mean, there's a ton of folders in there. I don't know.
Oh, there's so many folders because anybody can create one and it's shared with everybody. So it's a nightmare in there. So we don't use it other than just for the logos.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So that's the logistics piece. This is like the one thing I just kind of wanted to really go over with you guys is just how to start, right? So you need to make a listing presentation, a Facebook post, a flyer, anything. I think there's 3 different ways to get started. So I just thought I'd lay these out for you guys and then you can try all of them, see what works for you. I do a blend of all of these, but I feel like just getting started is the hardest part. So you can just literally start from scratch. So I would not recommend this to start because it's just difficult. But if you have a specific vision for something very niche, or you have a vision in your head of what you want it to look like, you can start from scratch. So you literally start with a blank canvas and can add whatever images, text, whatever. This is going to take the most time, but it is a good way to learn, and you obviously have full control of what it's going to look like in the end. But I do not recommend you start that way. Canva AI is okay right now. It's a good place to start. If you've ever made anything on like ChatGPT, I feel like it's a little bit better than that, but if you do it in Canva, then you have all the pieces so that you can edit it easier. You can be pretty specific about what you want. So I'm looking to make a Cinco de Mayo flyer with really bright colors. I would like to include this information, and then it'll spit back like 4 different options. So then you can grab whatever option is closest to your vision and then alter it. So again, if you have something a little bit more specific that you have in mind, it's a good place to start.
The more you talk to AI, the better it is. Tell it. Tell it you want a fun design, a bold design, you want it in these specific colors, you want it scripty, you want it like, the more you talk to it, the more it's gonna narrow that down. Because it starts from a very large funnel, okay? So if you tell it, I want a birthday card, you don't know what that's gonna look like, right? You gotta be specific. So that helps.
And yeah, I mean, it's a good place to start, and they do a good job with like design. Usually it may not be what you want in terms of like placement, but they do a good job with like colors and visual. Like it looks good. It may not be what you want, but you can, if it gives you the bones, then you can fix it to be what you want. But and then I think probably the best way to start is templates. The only limitation with templates is if it's not there, you can't use it, right? But there's thousands of templates in Canva. So, and again, you can edit it however you want. So if you can just search in their templates. So if you're looking for a listing presentation or a social media post or whatever you're looking for, you can search in Canva. I think that's the best way to get started, but AI is not bad either. So anyways, so that's how you want to start whatever you're going to do, right? And we'll practice this later, but those are the 3 main ways to just get started. Okay, so Elijah went over the toolbar on the home menu, but this is when you're actually editing. These are different toolbars. So okay, so again, if you want to look at a template, you can do that here. This is where I mainly live, is in Elements. So Elements is your graphics, your shapes, photos. Any sort of visual element is all obviously in Elements. So that's one of my main, and if you want to see this on your screen, just start a project and you'll see the same toolbar. Text, obviously, the brand, so this is going to pull in the KW generic logo. If you add the 932 logo to your brand kit, you could pull it from here. This will save you a ton of time if you make a lot of stuff. I mean, like for me, I could not live without this because I add it to all of our stuff. Or if you have a personal brand, again, this makes it super easy to just drop your logo, your personal logo, in every single thing you do. So it's worth the time to set up a brand kit so that you can use it quickly here. Uploads, so that's any photos or anything that you've uploaded, that's where you'll find it. I never use this. Tools is like, it's like old school Microsoft stuff. So
It's
like
like a paint pad kind of
yeah,
thing.
I literally never use it. So, but maybe you will, but I don't. Projects. So this is a little bit more advanced, but like so like these slides, for example, I took a bunch of different slide decks and merged these all together. And I did that using that button. So I would have all the ones up that I was going to use, and you can grab pages from different slides to combine them all into one. Again, that's a little bit more advanced, but it is a cool feature. Same thing with apps. So Canva is releasing so many apps, like a lot of like Photoshop kind of apps where you can move items, change the color of items in photos, like a lot of, you can make an item picture more clear. There's a ton of apps in Canva. So we won't be doing that today. We might do like a 201 and go into some of that. But the options with photo editing specifically in Canva are getting better daily. And then Magic Media, so that's kind of the same thing as if you were to create a template with AI. So say you wanted a picture of a frog on a skateboard. You could tell Magic Media, I want a colorful picture of a frog on a skateboard, and it'll make something for you. Not unlike you could do in any other AI, but to save you the time from having to leave, you can also do it here. Top menu, so this is the edit and element text toolbar. Background remover, so I know I've seen some of you guys do this. So you take like a picture of you with a background, you just click this button and it'll just take your body out and leave the background behind. I do it sometimes with like vendor logos. So like if the vendor sends me a logo and it's on a red background and I just want the logo, you click that button and it just literally takes it off for you. It's one click. It's very good. It literally has never failed me. It's great. I don't use Magic Eraser, but again, that's like a photo editing thing. Crop, if you have a picture or a element that you want to crop, it's in this toolbar. Transparency is another cool feature that I use a ton. So if you have a background that you like, but it's too strong, you can reduce the transparency of it to make it a little bit more muted. I use that a ton. So, and you can just adjust the slider to make it more or less, but I use that a ton. And then the other thing, I think I have a slide about this, I'll talk about it later, but position is my most used thing, but I have a whole nother slide on that. What? Oh. So locking elements is a big factor in Canva. So if you lock something, you can't move it. So I think a lot of people struggle with, as they're building a template, they will accidentally grab the wrong piece, especially if you have layers, right? If you grab something, or you're trying to drop a picture into a frame, if it's not locked, you can edit all the time and it gets sloppy. So locking can also get frustrating though if you lock too much and then you can't remember why this specific thing you can't edit it, it's because you've locked it.
Is it easy to go back and unlock?
It is. It's literally click. It's the same click. So it's literally the lock symbol, and it's just a matter of if the lock is up or down. That's all it is. But it's good to use it. Again, it's maybe a little bit more of an advanced move, but it can be helpful, especially like if you keep grabbing the wrong element and it's driving you crazy. Just lock it, and then it'll stay put, and you can move everything else around it. Photo frames are another element. So if you wanted to have your picture in a specific shape, circle, square, or make it look like it's in a cell phone or whatever, it's called a frame. So when you drop that into your template, you'll take one of your uploaded pictures and just drop it into that frame, and then it clicks into the frame. So it'll look like this on your template, and then when you drop your picture in, it automatically crops it for you like that. If you double click your picture, you can adjust how the picture is in the frame. So like say you wanted just this coffee cup, you'd be able to pull your sliders so that it would come in closer on just the coffee cup. But this would be good. So say you're making a flyer, you want your picture in the corner, it looks a lot neater and cleaner if you use a frame for your picture. It just looks better. I feel like people don't use these enough, so highly recommend frames. What? No, it's really underutilized, so something to consider is frames. Okay, this is my favorite thing about Canva that I don't think enough people know about or use. So I think I told you back on that toolbar there was the position on that top toolbar. So if you go to position, it will show you, and click on layers, it will show you every single element you have in your flyer or whatever it is, template, and where it is in the document. So in this one, this is my Cinco de Mayo flyer, but this element is on top. So this is going to block out anything below it. So like here's a picture of Elijah, right? He's on a frame. I should show you guys this, but anyway, I've got this frame with this beneath it just to give it a little pop. But if I put this on top, it would take his picture away and all you'd see is this. So like I layered I think I can, this is not a real thing, but like I layered the font on this and then locked it so I couldn't move it. But anyway, this is really good. The other thing that this is good for is if you have an element that you can't grab for some reason. I have this happen daily, multiple times a day. For some reason, there'll be a text or something that I can't grab for whatever reason. If you go into your layers and find, let's say it's the logo for whatever reason, if you click it in this, it grabs it for you automatically. So I pretty much always have this open when I'm creating stuff. Again, we'll mess around with this so you can try it out, but this will take a lot of frustrations out, in my opinion. Main thing is just that, and you can also grab multiple things. So say I change my mind. I don't want me or Elijah on this. I could highlight and control or shift his picture, my picture, and then the two little things I made behind it, and just delete it from here too. You can also group things here. So say I wanted to keep these and not move them. I could group these 4 things together and lock them. Anyways, this panel, super important. We'll mess around with it. So this is what I was telling you guys about earlier. So this is the background remover. So you take any picture and it takes the background out, and then you can, this is a little bit more advanced. So this is taking it out and then putting text over it and then putting the picture back in. It's a little advanced. But anyway, I see a lot of people just use their headshot like this with no background. Anyways, it's a one-click, it's super easy. I'll have you try this, but that's in that top toolbar. This is the text effects. So right here, you'll see all the different options for taking it works with any font. But sometimes it just gives you a little bit extra, it helps your font pop a little bit. So I use lift a bunch. It just makes this little tiny shadow beneath your text and really helps it pop. Again, this is a little bit fancy, but just something to be aware that can be done. So like, this is the same font, all these different ways, just with this text effect panel. You could, I mean, the options are endless. Okay, this is another thing I use all the time, resize. So for all the flyers I do for here, I make them 2 ways. 1, the flyer that Becca prints, and 2, the horizontal way that goes into these slides, goes on the TVs, goes in my emails. And this is I believe a pro feature, so you will not, if you have an unpaid Canva, it won't work in that. It has to be in your KW Canva, or if you have a paid account. But you can resize whatever design you're in to be another format. So take a vertical flyer to a horizontal presentation, or take a Facebook post to the Instagram square. It's not ever perfect though, so you'll still have to like adjust your elements after you've done this. So like this example down here, this is probably accurate. Going from this shape to this, it probably can do that and still look okay. But when you go from vertical to horizontal, you do have to tweak it. But I use this all the time. So if you want to keep your original and make another one, just make sure you copy and resize. If you started a document and you're not happy with the size, you'll want to just resize and it'll change the one you're in. But yes, I mean, like application for you guys, I would imagine mostly be like social stuff. Or if you find like a template you love that's a flyer, but you want it in another format, you can take a Canva template or something you created in AI, same thing. Resize it to be whatever you want it to be. But yeah, I use this a ton too. Okay, so now we're gonna try some stuff, and we'll walk around and help you. So first of all, you're gonna have to decide how you wanna start. Do you wanna start from scratch? Do you wanna start with AI? Do you wanna start from a template? And then again, just to try to like get some of this, like have you run into some problems, roadblocks, so we can help you. Try to include a photo of yourself. I would suggest you try to put it in a frame. Find our Market Center logo, put that on there. Add some graphics. So whatever sort of clip art kind of stuff you want, add some graphics. And then try changing the font, try locking your elements, try moving your positions around. I'll show you my example. So this is a Canva template, and so it's fine, but not exactly what I wanted. So I took this and then changed it to that. So again, you can actually, if you want to actually use this, great. Otherwise, just mess around to try to like test out some of these things, right? So like I think I was telling you guys about how I layered this. Like this font, I made that yellow, duplicated it, put it behind the white, and then locked it together. So if I wanted to move this to this corner, I can. And then like this, I duplicated the flowers and just put them side by side. I changed the background color. I added in another little graphic. I put in our logo. Anyway, so figure out how you want to start. You can try multiple ways. Yes, Kendall.
I would recommend, because the most frequently asked thing that I get is how do I create an open house flyer? So I would highly recommend that everybody learn that one first. And there's Karla to help you today.
Yep, and yeah, if you have something you want to work on, go ahead, and we'll just be here for questions. If you get stuck, that's why we're doing this. So, or if you have something that's been bugging you or whatever, we're here to answer questions for the rest of the time. But yeah, if you don't have anything to work on, just try this so that you have something to try to find some roadblocks.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that flyer.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right now you're trying to practice.
What's that?